think we're live. Are we live? I think we are live. What is good, my pack? My Vernon Kid here, back again. How's everybody doing on their end? Hope everybody's well. Back again for another open mic. This is the 78th open mic. I want to apologize to everybody. This was supposed to be yesterday. This was supposed to be the 6th. It was scheduled for the 6th, but I had to change it. And the reason why I had to change it is because, guys, there was a pay per view on last night. Uh, Me and Malcolm, we were watching AEW Revolution, and it ran a little longer than I expected it to run. I think they need to cut down the AEW papers. I know they only do a certain amount a year, but they need to cut it down. It was way longer than that. And every time I kept looking, I'm like, okay, I got to switch this. I got to switch it. But I apologize for that, guys. I shouldn't apologize. Stop apologizing. Just, I was busy doing something else, and I just had to. I was watching something else. It was a pay per view, so I was like, okay, let me watch that. And me and Malcolm enjoyed it. There were some matches we didn't like. Some went a little longer than was expected, but other than that, it was fun. I had a lot of fun. But today we are here. I'm going to try to cut this Q&A a little short, guys, because I have to be somewhere later tonight. But I still didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So, yeah. So we're starting this. It is now 8:10. I'm going to try to do this. We're going to try to end this about maybe 10 o'clock-ish on Eastern Standard Time. So please don't be alarmed. We always try to go at least 2 hours. Sometimes we go over three, but today I'm trying to go 2 hours at least. So bear with your boy, bear with your alpha, please. But outside of that, my dudes, yeah, it is March. It is March. It is time. Your alpha is about to level up in a sense, about to level up to another level in a sense. And what I mean by that, your alpha is about to enter a new club. That club being Club 40. I am exiting Club 30 and about to enter Club 40. Now it is only 17 days away from your boy's 40th birthday. It's not my birthday yet. It's coming. The 24th will be my birthday, and I'm about to exit Club 30 and enter Club 40. So yeah, I posted a poll. I posted a post on my community feed in the channel. I was just explaining to people what it, and people were saying me happy birthday, but I was like, it's not my birthday yet, but thank you anyway. But yeah, I'm entering Club 40, guys. I am going to be 40, and I am looking forward to it. No shame in getting older, because I'm still going to be me, the same me. Ain't nothing going to change too much about it. Yeah, you get older, and you still got to do the adult things in your life, but what keeps me young is that I haven't forgotten the hobbies and things like that that I have been done since I was a kid. So yeah, it is going to be a joyous occasion in a few weeks, entering Club 40. But without further ado, guys, I'm here to answer your questions. And the first thing I'm going to get off my chest real quick, real fast. No, I did not see the Batman yet. So, spoilers of the Batman, I am booting your ass out of the chat. I am not joking about that. Do not bring spoilers of the Batman. I have not watched it yet. I am going to see it sometime next week or this week. I don't know. I just don't know. But I haven't seen it yet. And when I do review, you will see it up. That is where, okay, he has seen it. And I have told my Patreons on my Patreon account the same thing. In regards to the Batman review, it will be up soon when it's up. Thank you. Shouts out to all my Patreons as well. They have it's been fun and things like that. So yeah, pretty much. I'm getting ready to start doing some Patreon things for that real soon. I've got a couple of new Patreons, and their tiers require me to do certain things. Like, one is the biggest tier is you do the alpha level tier. Basically, you can request 10 videos from me, and I'll have to do them. I will do them. That is my goal. You also are able to help participate in the Super Geek Sweeps giveaway. Like you get to add a gift to that sweepstakes. And that shout outs to the Mandalorian because he is the only member. He is the one and only person that is a part of the alpha level tier. I am working on another one, and I'm also working on some new gear for my store in terms of merchandise gear. So, and then once again, guys, if you do go to my store and you buy merchandise, please tell me if you have me on social media when it comes. Wear it. Take a picture of me wearing it and shout me out and I can see it because I'd love to see that how they came out. But in the meantime, guys, like I said before, I'm here to answer your questions. Let's get to the questions as well. If there's anything else I want to talk about, I will give it to you. I will bring it to you in the occasion. But let's see who so far is here. Caroline is here. Warhawk is here. Briel is here. I figured you would be here, Briel, because you seem to always be asking about these. Don't just ask about the Q&As. My boys support the alpha. Watch all the stuff. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. Uh, Andre is here, and that is about it. Okay, so let's do this. Let me make sure nobody is. I'm not missing any questions because no, there's nobody missing a question. Okay, so I get it. Revolution was awesome. Yeah, it was good. It was a little longer than I expected. There were some matches I did not care for. I thought the Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa match was not that good. Um, and it's starting to prove that something that Malcolm has said. Maybe that match where they had weapons hid a lot of things, and I don't think they have good chemistry. And Tony Khan has now put himself in a corner where either you have Britt drop that belt at the next event that's coming in San Antonio or not, because what the story is being told is that Britt Baker can't beat Thunder Rosa without help. And last night was a proven gift of that. The best thing about that was that spear that Rosa gave Rebby, and I thought she broke her neck. I was like, Jesus Christ, Thunder, chill, but she didn't. But the biggest point of it is like even if they do go with Thunder, because she's gonna have to fight Layla Hirsch, and there's no way they're giving that to Layla Hirsch. No way. It's for Britt to win, but more importantly, who is Thunder Rosa going to be going up against? Again, it's that you got to have legitimate contenders for that title, especially if Thunder Rosa is a face and she needs heel competition. And who are you going to be using? Because I can't just see the native beast, who has to me has kind of lost her status as being like the monster of AEW women's division, because she loses too much more than anything. Just saying. Guess what? I saw this, the Batman. Okay, that's good. Do not mention, don't spoil anything. I mean it. I will kick you out. Chris, why do you think Wolverine likes Jean so much? That comes from reading. That comes from this book, Real Origins. Read this. You'll understand why. Because Logan has a connection to a redhead that he grew up with back in the day. Yes, remember, Wolverine is older than he looks. He was born in the late 19th century, 1897. Remember that. Canada. But there was a girl that he liked back there. Her name was Rose. She was a redhead. There you go. It all connects. Hello, Chris. I hope you have an awesome birthday. Yeah, birthday ain't come up yet, but I, I, I'm looking forward to leveling up, turning the 4-0. It means a lot, because I'm the eldest of my parents, in a sense. I'm the eldest now. I'm technically the eldest, not my brother AJ, because he's no longer here. So I carry that with pride and honor and things like that. I do. Also, Chris, I think Haley Stratfield will take over Marvel. Her Kate Bishop character is awesome, and the way she played it. Yeah, she Haley did a great job as Kate. She did a great job. She her performance as that character um, reminded me of the character in the comics. There were some differences because in the beginning, Kate was kind of stuck up, and because she does come from money, but over time she became very beloved, and I like the chemistry that Haley and Jeremy Renner had. It was great. She was perfect as that character, and it's funny because what makes her stand out, and well, I shouldn't say stand out, but she was perfect as a role. But I think we all knew she was going to play that character. When I heard she is going to be in a Marvel show, I was like, oh, she's going to be Kate Bishop. No way. I even said that quick, but she was great. She was really great. She could tell she just had so much fun playing that character. It's funny. It's not even funny. Mr. Multiverse made a video a while back talking about how there should be less realism in future Batman movies. Do you agree with? Yes, I do. I saw that video. I saw what Ty wrote and Ty made, and I agree with him wholeheartedly. I think continuing to ground Batman and realism is going to get played out, and that's why we haven't seen a lot of his villains that are super powered. Oh, you can say, oh, but they did Bane. No, they didn't. They didn't really do Bane. They didn't do Bane. They didn't do the Venom. They didn't do all that stuff. They didn't. And the whitewashing of that character is straight off. Yes, I don't mind Tom Hardy, but Bane's not white. He's not white. He's Latino. You can't tell me you can't find a Latino who is big. Give me a break, or just build him up, work him out. You know, uh, the only thing they did right in the Batman and the Dark Knight Rises, in my opinion, with Bane is give him his tactical intelligence. Bane is very smart. Outside of that, wasn't Bane. We need to see some of Batman's more superpowered villains like Man Bat or Clayface or someone else outside of his more grounded villains. Um, could Mister Freeze get another shot? I wouldn't mind it, but yeah, I think it's time to start going outside of the realm of realism with Batman and start going in the route of his supernatural side and the superpower side of the character. So I definitely agree. 12:15 p.m. and cloudy here. Guitars in. What is good? It's one of my Aussie Pack members as well. I just recorded a video, a reaction. It's going to be up tomorrow for Reaction Tuesday, where I reacted to a video. Four people sent me this video on my Twitter, three on my Twitter, one on my Facebook page, basically asking me to check this out. And I was like, you know what? Four people sent me, more than one person sent me this. I'm going to react to it because it didn't say hashtag please react Chris. It just said you should check this out. And it is do what do Australians think about America? And I was like, I don't know why they thought about me, but I guess it's because I I speak highly of Australia and I love Australia and all that stuff. I was like, okay, let me check this out. And I did. I just recorded it this afternoon. I'll have it up later tomorrow. It was fun to watch. It was really fun to watch. And some of them I critiqued a little bit where I had to explain a little stuff, but it was overall it was fun. Um, it was fun. Where were they again? They weren't. Where were they? I forgot where they were. They weren't in Melbourne or Sydney or anywhere else. They were. I forgot which city they were in, but it was like less touristy, as the host said. I forget what it was, but it was cool. I still like it. Warhawk. Uh, I made Mountain Dew. I had Mountain Dew to keep me from watch going. Oh, I had Mountain Dew to keep me going watching Revolution. Yeah, man, it's just too long. It was just there's some of those matches could have been pinned down a lot, and I wasn't really feeling the last match as well. It was cool to see Cowboy retain. I am a big fan of Cowboy and Adam Cole, but the overbooking of that match was just out of this world craziness. I was like, this was too overbooked. This was not needed, especially because you did that in the last match. They got to fix that. Um, by the way, do you have any thoughts on the straight edge lifestyle? I I live it. No, I don't have any problem with the straight edge lifestyle. If got no problem at all with it. Hey Chris, this is from Andre. Hey Chris, would you like to see a MCU TV series based on the Great Lake Avengers? And if so, who would you like to see it animated or live action? The Great Lake Avengers, that would definitely have to be animated. Um, a little bit. The only character I really care about from the Great Lake Avengers is Squirrel Girl, and we were gonna get live action Squirrel Girl when they were gonna do the that New Warriors show, and I was heated about that because Squirrel Girl was never on the New Warriors. They were making it into a comedy, which the New Warriors are not a joke. And the actress who was going to play Squirrel Girl, I wasn't minded. The actress who does the AT&T commercials, that's who that was going to be. She was going to be Squirrel Girl. But I'm kind of glad they didn't do it. Just don't make the New Warriors a joke. They're not a joke. So animation, it has to be. Flat Man and all of them. No, that's not gonna work for me. Hope you had a great have a great birthday too, dude. What are your plans for the Club 40? Well, I want to throw a party, but that's about it. I hope to have a party, so that's about it. Outside of that, you know, uh, Travis, have you played Horizon Frozen? The Horizon, dude. I haven't even finished the first game, so I'm not playing that until I finish the first game. But trust. So I seen it, but I haven't beaten the first game. So no. Comic book movies should be fantasy. Depends. It depends on the character, but and Batman is definitely grounded to a degree. He is a very grounded character, but he is a blend of all that what makes comic books great. And he is I mean, first of all, there's nobody could do what he does in real life. By the time you do something like that, you get killed. There's nobody could go out and be Batman in real life. Nobody. I don't care how good you are. You're not gonna go out there and be Batman, and you're gonna get killed so easily. So, but there needs to be a somebody to take the idea of like, okay, we can do the supernatural stuff. Like for example, Ra's al Ghul, he's immortal. Like you can't tell me y'all can't make that work. Everybody wants to ground Batman, ground him, ground him. It works, but also you got to understand, like he doesn't. It shouldn't always be there because it's gonna get played out. It's gonna get played. So start building into the other stuff. Punisher change not gonna last. Oh, you talking about this? Um, it's what really is changed. The only thing changed is this symbol. That's all it is. People are making a fuss out of nothing because at the end of the day, he's still Frank Castle. He's just missing this. That's it. The new comic comes out this week, and you bet your damn bottom dollar I'm gonna pick it up. Jason Aaron's is right. I'm a big fan of Jason Aaron's. My biggest thing is why is what made him join the Hand? That's where I want to know. Why did he join the Hand? The symbol I could care less about because he's still the Punisher. He's still Frank Castle. This doesn't make the Punisher. The character, what he does, makes the character, him, the Punisher. You got too many traditionalists out there, but the fact is, this has come under some controversy. This has come out. There are a lot of cops who out there bang bang wearing this and think it's funny and it ain't funny. Cops and they also say soldiers, but you know what he does is not. He's not a symbol of joy or whatever you want to call it. I mean, this is a symbol of death. This is a symbol of death. Death. All right. Um, Caroline, I also think that future Batman films should probably showcase the Bat family a bit more. I think that's the one thing that they have pretty much negated or stay away from. It's like it's just Batman. They don't want to showcase the other. They they have shitted on Robin countless times. They sure we're getting a Batgirl now. Batwoman movie wise, they haven't done any. TV wise, and even to this degree with the Batwoman TV show, it has become it's kind of stupid to me because Kate is back in that world, just a different actress is playing her, and but they still have the same person, the replacement still playing her. And my biggest issue also is the fact when has it been synonymous that Batwoman has to be gay? You understand where I'm coming from? It's like that's not her MO. Oh, she's gay. No, Kate Kane is gay. But if somebody else comes along and be Batwoman, does she have to be gay? I don't think so. That was stupid to me. And I think Greg Berlanti and them have lost their idea of what they don't know really understand the character. That's pretty much. Uh, let's see. Wow, nice. I should check out that video. It hasn't come out yet. It'll be up when it'll be up. It'll be up. I'll get it. Kind of dedicated to my Aussie pack members. I got a lot of Australian subscribers, pack members out there. I appreciate that. I always appreciate when I get international, subscribers. Why do fan keep forgetting Poison Ivy is a dangerous criminal? Uh, one depends on who writes her because at times she's not really built off as a criminal, or there are times she's written off as being she just stay away from her, she'd be fine. Like she's not going to bother you. It depends. It does. It comes down to it does come down to the writer of it. In the beginning, yes, she was, but now she's become she's not even she's more superhuman than what we just talked about. Uh don't hide that, please. Let me see, where was I? Okay. What's up, Chris? What is up, Juan? I am a big Adam Page fan. Also, cool. He's from my hometown, home state. Oh, okay, cool. I like his music too. His music's fun. I love that. The cowboy. Cool. You should make your upcoming birthday a 80s theme. I wanted it to be. That was my idea to make it an 80s theme. 80s theme. It was like okay, if I can't do it, I can't do it. Uh, but yeah, that was the plan. The plan actually was at first to spend it with somebody special instead, um, but she said no, um, and decided, and it just it wasn't despite of anything, but yeah, I wanted to spend it with her because I did a whole thing and everything with cards, and it was fun. I thought it was special. It was sweet. She liked it though. Anyway, uh, vert is key. I agree on that. Yeah. Travis, have you watched Cuphead? No, I have not watched the Cuphead series. I have the game. I like the game. I haven't beaten that game either. Jesus Christ, that game is hard. But no, I haven't watched Cuphead yet. I'm going to watch it. Punisher without the skull sounds like the '80s movie. It's not that he doesn't have a skull. It's more like a demon now because he's with the hand now. That's the thing. He's not even using guns anymore. He's using blades. So I'm like, oh, okay, this sounds interesting. It hasn't come out yet. Yeah, they shitted on Robin too much. You damn right, they have shitted on that character. Cyborg. If Thanos was in the DC universe, which superheroes would be clashing with him the most? Superman, and Superman, the Green Lantern, people like that. Yeah. Hey Chris, what wisdom can you give us, the pack, as you're going to Club 40? Do you think you've changed as a person up to the point of your life? Um, have I changed for the better? Yeah, I would say that. Um, yes. But outside of that, I'm still myself, just me. Uh, wisdom. Uh, there's a saying I have. I mean, it's pretty interesting. Well, I'm about to put it on a T-shirt as well. And again, it's another it's another saying I have. Um, it's just something I say sometimes because you got too many people out here who make excuses or why they didn't do this or something like that. And the thing is, be stronger than your excuses. Be stronger than that. Be stronger than your excuses. You know, it's, you know, it's motivation. Same thing. That's how it is for me. Like, you don't want to work out or something like that. But be stronger than that. Be stronger than your excuses. Don't let your excuses get the better of you. Be stronger than your excuses. It's just what it is. It's like, you know, it's true. It's like, don't let your excuses get the best of you. There's some things that I want to do. It's not an excuse that I haven't done it. It's just timing. Sometimes timing is everything. Like I want to start I want to do a podcast. A podcast, just a geek podcast. I even got the name. It's gonna be called Geek Ramble. I just don't know where I'm gonna put it. Um, uh, one of my a YouTuber that I like, Simon Miller, he posts it on SoundCloud. Another YouTuber and podcaster I like, Solid Monster. He has it on different variants and things like that. But yeah, even Malcolm even wants to do a podcast. So yeah, but I think his would be more directly towards wrestling. Mine would be directly towards comics and just geek stuff in general. So I haven't. It's not that I don't want to do it. It's just timing wise. Um. What was the other one? Go. Who's your favorite character in Demon? Who's your favorite character in Demon Slayer? Well, once again, remember, I have only started to watch it. I haven't really got all the way into it, but um, as of right now, I am going with the. I would have to go Tanjiro right now. Tanjiro is just fun. I see myself in Tanjiro for some reason. So when I see myself in Tanjiro, when I see myself in a character, yeah, that's gonna be very high on my opinion. Tanjiro is definitely one of them that I see very, but I'm slowly slowly catching up, but I'm not fully watching it. You guys are watching the Shenmue anime, right? I hope you guys are watching that because that's great too. Uh, I think Frank is infiltrating the hand. I don't think he's infiltrating. I don't think he's infiltrating, and that's gonna be interesting. I wonder, did the hand do something to him like they did to people before, like Daredevil and things like that? And, whole Justice League would take on Thanos. Uh, back villain switch. Avengers would be Darkseid. Yeah, pretty much. I can see Thor definitely. Darkseid being a Thor villain for sure. I think Darkseid would want something out of Asgard, like ooh, and he'd be trying to be Asgard versus Apocalypse. Ooh, that'd be cool. I like that. Now, what heroes would Doctor Doom? Doom would just be a DC villain in general. That's it. Like he's yeah. People say he's personified with the Fantastic Four, but he's a Marvel villain. He has crossed paths with so many people. Some you wouldn't even think. Like he crossed paths with Luke Cage. He's crossed paths with Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi beat him, broke his armor. Like he Spider-Man, of course. He took one of Spider-Man's spider tracers and locked it up in the Latverian embassy, and he was using it. He was trying to re-engineer it so it could go back to the source of where and he was going to track where Spider-Man was. Him and Black Cat snuck into the embassy and stole it back from us. It's crazy. Some of the stuff Doom was going to do is unbelievable. Let's see. Moving on. Um, player club movie cat fight was a beatdown. What? Caroline, what's your favorite superhero movie score? I don't really have a score. Oh, score. Oh, score. You're talking about a movie score. Okay. Uh. I thought you meant like a score. Yeah, I'm bugging. Uh. Captain America: Winter Soldier. I love that. I love that score. I love that. That's a good album. I like that. Well, Chris, I just wanted to say finding your channel has brung me so much happiness, and I hope you never change because you're a great what? A great man, and your mom would be proud of you. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I hope to think I am making her proud. Uh, Russell Lee Brown was the best voice for Kingpin. Uh, I guess. Do you like Randy Newman's music, including the scores he did for Disney's Pixar, Strange Things? Oh yeah, I love the Toy Story. Strange things are happening to me. You know, you got a friend in me. I love those. Those are good. Those are just classic. Those are just nostalgic songs. Um, now what Marvel hero would the Joker take on? Punisher. But it wouldn't be that long. Punisher killed Joker real quick. Punisher, I can see. Yeah, Spider Man. You just take all of Batman's villains and all of Spider Man's villains and flip them around. They will work with those characters. Um, Thoughts on Bill Conti's music? Oh yeah, good music. The Rocky theme is classic. That'll get you pumping. That'll get you in the mood for do anything like that. Yeah, that's a good score will make a movie. It can make a movie. No, never forget that. A good score can make a movie. There are some movies that may suck, but the scores were great. Sometimes it is. It's true. You know, outside of the superhero movies, I mean, for me, like example, like to this day, hearing that Terminator thing, dun, 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 it's like you get you gotta get an orgasm, like of the RoboCop theme. That dun, 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 oh Jesus, and even music from let's see, you guys like do you guys like the um do you like Hugh Jackman's Van Helsing? Because I actually like that movie. That Mark Silverstone music, oh, that shit is great. That's good stuff right there. Um, let's see. Yeah. Toy Story was my shit growing up. Yeah, Toy Story is still to this day. Toy Story is, I can pop that in and watch it. It's I'm looking forward to the Buzz Lightyear movie, but the Toy Story movie was great. They basically took an idea of something we all thought about, after we put down our toys, and like I wonder if they'd get up and talk, like, oh, he's playing with us, or he plays with you more than he plays with me, or something. It's just funny. Yeah, I trained at a rock. Yeah, trained at that. I think more I trained. When I kind of lacked. I got to get back into training. But one of I like song from Rocky Four. I train. I used to I used to lift a lot because like I said, I get back. Listen to a lot of Metallica and Disturbed, like Indestructible. That'll get me pumped like a motherfucker. Like Indestructible, and I'm just boom, boom, boom. I'm hitting the bags to do or kicking the bags and stuff like that. Boom. When I'm meditating, it's something really soft, like just noise, like some kind of teardrop. I do meditate, guys. Meditation helps. Um, man, movies with good music. Uh, Green Lantern. I can't remember Green Lantern's themes, but I think it did have good music. It was, the movie was there, but I think the music was really good. Um, which DC teams would Doctor Doom battle the most? Uh, Justice League, I think, and maybe the maybe the Titans, maybe the Titans. And Space Jam, I wore that on bitch. Space Jam, the first one I still can watch. I still love the first one. I have not seen the second one, and I don't think I ever will watch the second one. I don't know. But the first movie I still watch, and it was fun. It was fun. It was a fun movie. It's fun. Prime Ric Flair versus Prime Kurt Angle. Who do you think? Who do you book? How do you book it? Uh, Kurt Angle's still going over. Uh, Flair was good, and Flair could go them 60-minute matches. He quote the 60-minute man. He had great cardio, but you're talking about someone who is a Greco wrestler, won Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck. Like that's still, you know, still Kurt. You know, that's just how I live. If I was the one match I wanted to see, I always wanted to see a Kurt Angle and Bret Hart. That would have been one of because I'm a huge Bret Hart fan. It's my favorite wrestler actually, and I wanted that. People ask me all the time. That's the other thing. Is like, okay, how would you book a Steve Austin versus? Sorry, my phone wasn't okay. How would you book a Stone Cold and Hulk Hogan match? And I said mostly the same thing. It'll be the whole pumping up and and he's hulking up, and next he does a U, and then Stone Cold F you and Stunner 1, 2, 3 is over. Like, no way am I booking Stone Cold to lose to Hogan. No way. I would never book that. That would not be the way to go. Um, I also listen to soft music for meditation. Yeah. Would Dick Grayson make a good pro wrestler. I think so. He would work good matches with someone like from AJ Styles. Well, you got to remember, Dick has that. He has that circus background, so he is a carny. So he's a circus boy. So I think he could. I think he could do it. I mean, not saying that he wouldn't, that he need it, but yeah, I think he could. He would have the charismatic attitude. Oh no, he wouldn't have the charismatic attitude for his body like Jeff Hardy. I love Jeff Hardy, but the man, how much that man has put his body through is ridiculous. But he would be a little bit more. I think he would be a little bit more like Rob Van Dam in a sense, and Rey Mysterio and things like that. And yeah, but I love AJ Styles, so it's cool. Like I said, AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, and Samoa Joe were the three guys that got me into watching TNA back in the day. Once I saw that triple threat match, I was like, who are those guys? I was like, first of all, I was like, the big Samoan dude moves around like a lightweight. I was like, who's that? The bald guy has such great finesse. Who's that guy? But then at that time, AJ still had the short hair, and I was like, this dude looks like a freaking superhero posing as a wrestler. There's the poses he makes, the moves. It's like that's why when I watched the AJ Styles versus Kevin Nash, I'm like, AJ worked his ass off to make old man Kevin Nash look good, and then the match was terrible. No offense to Kevin Nash, but no. Let's see, where was I? What Marvel villain would be a good for the Justice Society? Doctor Doom would work. Doctor Doom, uh, Morgan Le Fay, uh, uh, the Zodiac, um, the Masters of Evil. All them characters could work. Yeah, same here. Yeah, I have no interest in watching Space Jam 2. I don't. No offense to LeBron James, but it's just like there was no need to make a sequel. There was no need for it. None whatsoever. Ink versus Eddie Guerrero. Who? Ink? Who's Ink? Oh, are we talking about like Ink, the villain from Batman Beyond? Are you crazy? Bret Hart versus Carrey, both at their peak, would make a great. Can you imagine the storytelling? The storytelling with them, the storytelling with Kurt and Bret. Who's the better technical wrestler? That would be so great. I'd love that. He even talked about that. Kurt Angle even talked about it on his podcast. Who he wish he had dream matches with, and that was one of them. And all the stuff that Bret Hart, when he talked about when he went to WCW, the matches he thought he was going to have, he wanted to work with Booker T, he wanted to do all this stuff, but they just failed with Bret Hart. They put the United States Championship on, but it was he should have right off the bat came into WCW, had a match and had Hogan right in his sight as NWO, took the belt from Hogan, but instead they put him on the NWO, which was bullshit. They had him feuding with Goldberg, and I'm sorry, Goldberg, but you cost Bret his career. That after he took that kick, his career was done. Let me see. Now what DC Mercs would Kingpin hire to go after Spider-Man or Daredevil? I can imagine Deadshot being one of them. Yeah, and ain't gonna hit none of them either. I can see him Deadshot going after Spider-Man. You think he's gonna hit Spider-Man? Yeah, I don't care how good Floyd Lawton is. He's not hitting Spider-Man. He damn sure ain't hitting Daredevil. By the time he cocks that, Daredevil was already okay. There it is. Off. He's off. Deathstroke would probably be the best match for them because ain't no way Floyd would Peter and Matt would wipe the floor with Floyd. The spider sent through. Okay, there's no way. That's why every time I watch when I play Injustice 2 and I see him shooting Flash in the leg, I call bullshit. I'm like, there's no fucking way he could keep up with Flash. And he shot Flash in the leg. It's like, get the fuck out of here. I don't care how good he is. What is your favorite animated live action dinosaur movie? Uh Live action, animated or live action. I love We Are Back. With John Goodman and all of them. They're dinosaurs and they eat this pill and they get smart and they're in New York City and things like that. I like that. That's good. Will always love The Land Before Time. That movie makes me cry for obvious reasons. Uh, Live action. I guess Jurassic Park. I can't wait to the new Jurassic Park. I don't can't think of any live action animated. I thought you meant live action animated movies because I'll go straight to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That will always be on top as one of the best. That was probably the best to do it right. I love that movie. Um, doesn't DC have their own Morgan Le Fay? I believe they do. I believe they do. Croc versus Wolverine that happened already in Marvel versus DC comic, and Wolverine would kill Waylon Jones. He killed Croc. He killed him. No question that. I mean HB. Oh, I mean HBK versus Eddie Guerrero. Yeah, that would have been great. I would love to see Eddie Guerrero and Shawn Michaels go at it. Sega Saturn or Sega Dreamcast. Well, I have them both. Well, I had them both. I don't have a Saturn one. I still got my Dreamcast. I'm going Dreamcast. Uh, but in terms of fighting games, Sega Saturn had the fighting games, and a lot of the fighting games I had for it were imports that I would import from Japan because they didn't come out in America. So I would have Sega had the Saturn had that little port in the back. Stick this little port in there, this cartridge in there that will have the game. The game would read an American and I would play it. Like, yeah, I had that stuff. It's good stuff. That's where I had Marvel superheroes and X-Men versus Street Fighter. Because when they came out here, they butchered that game. You couldn't really you had to switch after the round was over. You couldn't switch in between the rounds. I was like, man, fuck that crap. I like that. I was just going to mention We're Back. This is a very We're Back is very underrated because there's also a great song in there that John Goodman actually sings. John Goodman doesn't get enough credit for his musical talent or musical ear. I mean, the dude's from New Orleans. You got to give him, New Orleans knows good music, but yeah, it was We're Back. It's a fun movie. I love that movie. To see, you know, they were willing to give up their gift to be back to what they were. And I love, that where he Rex, yeah, that was Rex. He had turned back to being the T Rex of old, and he's about to eat this dude. And the little boy, I'm forgetting his name. He's pleading with him like, "Don't do it," like things like that. It kind of reminds you of something like in the Iron Giant. Remember that movie? Great movie, underrated movie, another good movie. Became a cult classic. Didn't do good in the movie theaters, but it became a cult hit once it came on TV and you know video and everything like that. I love the Iron Giant, but yeah, that's how it is. You forget Vin Diesel did that voice too. Um, I had the VHS of We're Back, and of course, yeah, the first six Land Before Times. I think with the Land Before Time, my issue with the Land Before Time is when they started doing more sequels, the they became more kiddie. That first movie is where it's at because that was really the one that set the bar. I really wished I forgot who was doing the movies those, but those movies like American Tail and American Five O Goes West, the sequel, and you know Secret of Nim. All those movies, those great movies back then, they were great. That was good animation too. That was real hand drawn animation. I miss that. I miss hand drawn animation where it took time. I mean, it still takes time now, but you could tell the difference between hand drawn and digital drawing. I miss those movies, and nobody can tell me about Warship. Come on, that movie scared the shit when I first saw that, man. Seeing these rabbits kill each other, I'm like, oh my god, like what the fuck? And like, oh god, like, and when they remade it, they didn't remake it more, like they made it a 3D version of it. It didn't have the same effect that first movie did. Oh my god. Um. Would you? What would you do if you won the Powerball or Mega Million? I get this question a lot. Um, uh, Invest some of it, give some of it to my dad and Malcolm, family members that I do care about. They ain't just asking for a handout. Like I don't want to win it, and then all of a sudden I got a cousin or somebody I haven't known or met since I was a kid. Hey, cuz, like, how you doing, man? Like, yo, I heard, like, yeah, give a lot of it away as well. Like I would give it away to various organizations that I do give money to and things like that. So, like St. Jude's Hospital, I do give stuff to St. Jude's. I like that. I like St. Jude's Hospital. So, yeah, and WWF, the World Wildlife Fund, and the Wolf Conservation, like I said, stuff like that. So I do get that question a lot. I just don't think I'd want to have a lot of money. Just, I still have some myself. A lot of it would probably, and for me, it would be just to use to travel. I'll just travel like a lot places I wanted to go to. What music theme would Lady Shiva have? Just curious. Um, it look up. Who said that? Okay, Caroline. Go look up a theme right now, Caroline. Look up Asuka, Asuka WWE theme. Listen to it. It would be something similar to that, just a little bit more darker. Yeah, I remember the song "Roll Back the Time." Yeah, that was good stuff. Chris, if you were a director, how would you introduce Galactus into the MCU? Would you have him show up at the end credit scene, destroying a planet or something, or doing something else? How would I incorporate Galactus? It would be a Silver Surfer first. You don't do Galactus, you introduce the Surfer. You introduce his Herald first. That's who you introduce first. Not Galactus. You introduce his Herald. Who it is, and his most famous Herald is Galactus. I mean, his most famous Herald is the Silver Surfer. So you introduce the Surfer first. So that's how I would do it. I keep playing Killer Instinct 3, and the more I think about it, reminds me of Darkstalkers. I mean, we have a werewolf, a mummy, a vampire. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Killer Instinct does have, yeah. Don Bluth, Don Bluth. Oh yeah, Don Bluth from his music. Yep, all those. That's Don Bluth's artwork. Uh, you know, Even from his classic games like Space Ace and Dragon's Lair. You know, they are making a movie about that where Ryan Reynolds is playing Dirk the Daring. I wonder who they're going to get to play the princess. I wouldn't mind a space ace. You know, you can get the actor who plays who's in the new Jack Reacher. I gotta review that because I finished Jack Reacher not too long ago. I'll react to that. I'll review that. Him playing big space ace, and you get somebody smaller, Dexter. You know, Dexter, Dexter, Kimberly, are you okay? I'll save you, Kimmy. Yeah, that game is fun. I love that game. It is so fun. My favorite part in the Iron Giant is when he sees the car junkyard and starts drooling. Yeah, that's he kind of looked like he was having an orgasm. I was like, oh Jesus. But yeah, that was fun. But it once again, when you go back, what makes Iron Giants cool is we still don't know who created the giant. He just landed on Earth and had a dent in his head, and he lost his amnesia. Then it, and then you saw him. He was when he remembered, and all of a sudden he was after Hogarth. He thought Hogarth was dead, and he just went buck wild. Like, and this is the 1950s we're talking. So you know that kind of technology was around, and you saw him just they weren't ready for that. So you imagine if there was an invasion of his race or whatever, we wouldn't the Earth wouldn't have been ready for that. This is 1950s we're talking. Yeah, they had the atomic bomb and everything like that, but he could withstand an atomic bomb. You saw it. He wasn't destroyed. He was just broken up, and all you got to do is bringing stuff back together, which I thought was a really good scene. Once you saw it lighten up, it's like, oh, he's alive. You know, he's alive. But I like that. Dr. Eggman or Dr. Wily? I both of them have ego problems. How many times has Dr. Wily tried to kill Mega Man or Rockman? That hasn't worked. Every time he makes new robot masters, they all fail. You know, Eggman has tried millions of times to take out Sonic. Don't work. Speaking of Sonic, I can't wait to the sequel. That looks fun. Anything you're hoping to see in Gotham Knights game? Well, the fact is, it's. I hope it ain't. I hope Batman's not in it. It's the biggest thing. Don't have him in it. Like keep it with them core people and maybe other members of the Bat family, but don't have Batman in it. That would be a shocker. Because hopefully they let Laura from Logan continue her father's legacy rather than them finding a whole new Wolverine. Well, the first thing is they're going to recast Wolverine. They're going to recast. I wouldn't mind the girl, I'm forgetting her name, come back as an older Laura because I want her to be older now, like a little bit older, like in the comics where she's playing that character. I can't just see her as a kid now. It's not going to work for me. So keep her, but I'm sure she's like older now. But yeah, I wouldn't mind that. But whoever they cast as Wolverine got big shoes to fill, but they're going to recast these characters. They probably will. I can't see Hugh Jackman coming back because the workout was just once he stopped being Wolverine, he's like, I can eat burgers now. Like he can. It's funny. It's funny. It's just funny. Do you think we'll ever see Raven and Starfire in Young Justice? I hope so. I'd love to see them. I want to see Starfire in Young Justice, but I think the point is that she's no. I'm not going to say that because I do want to see them. I do want to see them. Uh, Orgasm. I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, definitely sounded like he was. He was. I was like, yeah, it's hilarious. If GTA 5 trio fought and lost to Batman, what would happen to them? I think Michael and Frank go to Blackgate. Trevor goes to Arkham. Yeah, kinda. I mean, yeah, they probably would walk. I think they would. Well, Franklin and Steve and Michael would go to Blackgate or some other prison, but yeah, Trevor's going. He's going to Arkham or some other insane asylum somewhere where he can supposedly get help. You know, because that's what Arkham is. It's an asylum to help, but none of them really come out. They all come back out. Favorite fighter character. Favorite virtual fighter character. Favorite Street Fighter character. Easy. Faster than lightning, Jackie Bryant. And as for favorite Street Fighter character, he is the head honcho. He is the face of the brand, the homie Ryu. At first, I used to hate that character. I used to hate Ryu, but after I started to really, and then I'm like, yo, he kind of reminds me of myself, like just the way he carries himself. I'm like, yeah, that's Ryu. And then all this crap about in the sixth one, he's the villain. Bullshit. Uh, but I have a lot of characters I do like in Virtual Fighter, but Jackie's my favorite. Probably because he knows Jeet Kune Do, and you all know who is the father of Jeet Kune Do, my idol and one of my mentors that I've never met, Bruce Lee. So yeah, bro. Now you can see where I kind of get all that wisdom from is reading a lot of Bruce Lee and Muhammad Ali. Those are like two of my idols right there. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Laura in the MCU. Yeah, first. You got to do Wolverine. You can't do Laura. How you going to do Laura? She's a clone of him. You got to do Wolverine. You can't just skip. Okay, people are going to be like, okay, where'd she come from? Who's this Wolverine guy? You gotta do Wolverine first. She's a clone of him. Scott Eastwood. I've been saying Scott Eastwood as Wolverine for the longest because it makes perfect sense for Scott Eastwood. Because if you want to play off the realm of Wolverine, he's an older dude, but he doesn't look his age. Scott Eastwood is that person. And you want this character to be around for a while where he does not look his age. Wolverine in the comics, Wolverine is supposed to be, he's over 300 years old, but he looks like a man still in his early 30s. You got to play that up. It has to be done. Let's see. Call me crazy, Chris, but I hope one day you get casted as a Marvel hero. You play a good role. I'm too short. I'm really short. I don't think I could play. I mean, I would kill to be Spider Man. I'd kill to be Spider Man. That because I really would play that character to a T. I mean, hell, I've even envisioned like when they did Spider-Man No Way Home that it was four Spider-Men, that three Spider-Men that came through: Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield, Peter Parker, uh, Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, and a Peter Parker of another color, me, from another universe where Peter Parker is black instead of white. And not Miles. Miles would be in that universe with me, but yeah, but I no. And I've even played that out. Like instead of the thing would go, my Peter Parker, his Uncle Ben and Aunt May were both killed at the same time. And how? They were witnesses to a crime, and that person, they were going to testify against him, and that person had killed them to shut them up. And that's how my Peter Parker would have lost his Uncle Ben and Aunt May because they were witnesses to a crime, to a crime. So, yeah, Craven from my universe. I tell you, I'm weird like that. My mind starts thinking like that. But yeah, like when I love that scene when they're talking to Peter about loss. My Peter would have been the last one to tell him, but also been a little harsh on him too. Like you think you lost some people, get over yourself. You're not the only one that lost. Get up. like literally getting on him, get your ass up, and things like that. I would have been my Peter would have been a little harsh. I understand it, but also like get up, like she sacrificed herself to save you. You owe it to her to keep fighting. Get your ass up. Like I wouldn't be coddling him too much like the others were. You know, I would be like, yeah, that's great. But let's be honest. Did we all stay down when we lost? No, we got back up. You get your ass up. Like that'd be me. Just saying. I'm just saying that would be me. Uh let's see. Natasha Romanoff, Black Widow versus Nina Williams. Oh, that'd be good. But I think people misunderstand that Black Widow is also Natasha is also a super soldier herself. She has two different serums in her. A lot of people forget Natasha is older than she looks. Wolverine knew her when she was a little kid. She was a kid back in the 30s. Yeah, she has a super soldier super soldier serum that the Russians made for her. That's in the Red Guardian, and she has the Infinity formula in her, which keeps her young. That was the same formula that is in old white Nick Fury that stays him young too. Not his son, but yeah, they have not introduced the Infinity formula. If they introduce the Infinity formula, that's gonna be crazy. That'll be interesting. Well, it's only an hour. Okay, keep going. We're still good. We're still good. Let's see. Okay. Well, DC tends to forget that Arkham is a hospital, not a prison. Hack Joker needs to go to Blackgate. Not, yeah, kind of like well, Arkham has changed over time. They say it's a hospital, and then they say it's an asylum. It's an asylum, but that's like you're not supposed to say asylum anymore. It's like or take them to the asylum, or the loony bin. You're not supposed to say that anymore. I watch too much Dr. Mike, and he talks about that too. Like no, we don't say asylum. You don't say that no more. It's it's funny. It's weird, but yeah. So yeah. Yeah. True. Uh, JPX acts as my favorite SNK character. Burn Knuckles! Terry Bogard. There you go. That's my favorite. I've always loved Terry Bogard, the lone wolf. Okay. Yeah. Terry's my dude. That's my take. What are you hoping to see in the upcoming Wonder Woman game? That is a very interesting question. I was even thinking about doing a video on that, but I think it's just on board of everything we've seen in previous games. I hope it's open world, similar to like a God of War or Arkham, world game with all her various villains. The main villain better be either Ares or Cersei's, not Cheetah. Cheetah should be like the third tier maybe villain, but I'm looking for Cersei's or Ares as the main villain. Those are the two villains that have given Diana the hardest time. You know, so yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking for maybe some great scenes where you can maybe interrogate people with the lasso of truth. Like you throw them around her and you pull them in, and you using the power now. Tell the truth. I would love that interrogating people. Like that's a truth. Throw a lasso of truth around a boom. Um, the whole blocking with it should be a big moment too. Like you could do that, boom, 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 similar to like kind of like how they did the spider sense in the Spider-Man games. Like it would like, but yeah, boom, 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 boom. Like that'd be great. But yeah, man, there's a lot. I just don't want it to be just a third like a side scroll running similar to like old school God of War. Those are great, but I want it to be more open world. And the visit jet better be in there too. I'm just saying. Um, and also take more from the comic lore, not the movies. But it seems like they're taking more from the movie, and I'm not feeling that. I'm like, no, nah, don't do that. Uh, my mind's weird thinking. How about voice acting, Chris? You could try out. Could I do a voice? Yeah, I could voice a character too. I wouldn't mind that voice acting. You know, when I'm playing like Overwatch, I'll be doing characters like Soldier 76. I'll deepen my voice. My voice is already deep as it is, but I'll deepen some more. Like, move the payload, move the payload. Uh, you know, gotta teach new dog new tricks. Things like that. Or Reaper. Live and destroy. Stuff like that. Or other characters I love is just I get their voices down. Um, but yeah. Let's see. Chris, do you think they should have rather casted Haley Stratfield as Gwen Stacy rather than Kate Bishop? Because I believe she would have been a great Gwen Stacy. Uh, no, Kate is where it's at. Emma Stone did a great job as Gwen Stacy, and people forget before that it was Bryce Dallas Howard who was Gwen in Spider-Man 3. Didn't hate her as Gwen. It just she felt more like MJ. She should have been like that's how it felt because she was the model. The, it was like when they did her in Spider-Man 3. You got Kirsten Dunst, MJ, and Bryce Dallas Howard. I'm looking at them and I'm like, something's off. Like maybe Bryce should have been MJ, and Kirsten should have been Gwen because I'm like, yeah, like which one of you are more hotter? Like I'm like, yeah, she was doing everything that MJ is supposed to be a model, acting, all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, that was weird. How epic would Sting versus Undertaker would have been? That would have been very epic. It would have been epic if they had did it, but it never happened. And I'm glad it didn't happen now because I would hate to see it, now. But if Sting had came, if Sting had came to the WWE in 2020, 2007, when Taker was on that big run, that big high, when Taker was probably in the best shape of his life, that was really where I would have loved to seen that match. Um, so Chris, do you have any particular favorite Pacific Islander superheroes in comics? Uh, Pacific Islanders. Mm, are there any Pacific Islander? I gotta look this up. Uh, Hold on, now I gotta look that up. Um, I do, I don't think there is any Pacific Islander heroes. There need to be, you know, and I'm not just talking Asian American, but no Pacific Islanders. Uh, I think there needs to be. There needs to start being some. Uh, I can't think of anybody. I really can't. I'd love to see, you know, like a Polynesian superhero or something like that. That is maybe connected to like the gods or something. I can't think of anybody. I really can't. That sucks. That really sucks. And I tend to try to be able knowledgeable of like all the different variations of heroes, you know, and I can't think of any. That really sucks. There needs to be that is a good question. There needs to be some Pacific Islander superheroes. That it is. We all talk about we always talk about diversity and talking about how it matters and yeah. So yeah, I definitely would agree with that. I don't have a lot of South Pacific friends or Islanders, Samoan friends or anything like that. I would love to. I think Samoan people are really cool, and I'd love to have but I don't. I really would. That'd be cool. Good question, Andre. That's a good question. Since they made Gwen a superhero, MJ be one in two? Yeah, they did do that. She was called Spinner, and her it was her, Peter, and their daughter. They all were Spinneret. That was her name. She was called Spinneret. She wore white. Her costume looked similar to Spider Woman's, but it was red and white. She was cool. Uh, what DC assassins would give Spider-Man trouble? Shiva. I can see Shiva giving him some trouble. Deathstroke to a degree. The League of Assassins in general, like I can see that a little bit. I would have Sting versus Undertaker be for the big gold belt at WrestleMania. Have Taker win the belt. Sting wins the Rumble as a surprise entrance. No, that's not bad. Hey Chris, what do you like more, Doctor Fate? Who do you like more, Doctor Fate or Zatanna, and why? I do have a lot of love and respect for Doctor Fate, but I'm going with my homegirl Z. I love Zatanna. I love her more. Why? Because she doesn't. She Doctor Fate looks like he's some kind of sorcerer. You can look at him. Zatanna don't look. You would not think this girl is some big time sorceress like that. Look at how she's dressed. I mean, the appearance wise alone, is like she looks like one of those give it cigarette, girls you would find at like a casino. That's what she looks like. But in reality, she's a powerful sorceress. And I love the fact that she's all her spells are just backwards. Whatever she's saying, it's based like, go hit yourself. So you're just saying, go hit yourself backwards. Or Jigo or I bet, whatever. And that penda, you stuff like that. I love that. I love that. And if they are making a Zatanna movie, I'm all for it. Do you like the Three Stooges? Hell yeah, I love the Three Stooges. A classic Three Stooges. Mo, Larry, Curly, Shemp, all of them. I love them all, and they were all family too. They were not. They were all family. They weren't like just friends. They were family. They were the classic trio of physical comedy. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Hey, look. That's funny. Juan, this is something that would never happen. But if Disney and Warner Bros. Go off their high horse and Disney versus DC versus Marvel fighting game, oh man, start raining. Jesus Christ. Would uh, a DC versus Marvel fighting game with the same mechanics as Injustice would be cool. Yeah, that would be cool. Won't happen, but it would be cool. Have you seen Disney's uh Moana? Yes, I have. I enjoyed that. I know a lot about the Polynesian gods, and the half god that the Rock voiced. I know about. I know all about them. I'm a mythology buff, so I try to learn about all mythology. Jesus Christ, it is raining. Ooh. Man, you can hear that. I don't know if y'all can hear that. You hear that? Whew. Um, cheapest fighting game character. Mine's is Virgil in Marvel's Capcom 3. Easy. Gil. Fuck that character. I hate that character. Gil is just so cheap. Everything is 2 hits. Like, get the fuck out of here. I hate that character. Hate Gil. Plus, when Warner and Disney worked together, we got Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Yes, right. Absolutely. Jesus Christ. It's like the wind is. Hold on, dude. So it's so it's raining and the wind is blowing like crazy. Like so, it's wind and rain. And like I said, I gotta be somewhere later, and I'm gonna be out in that. So, I hope it calms down before I leave. Um, you son of yo, come on, man. Nature, don't be doing this to me now. Come on. You looking forward to barbecue season? Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Uh, I do love a good barbecue. So my follow up question is that would would count King Shark to a degree. Yes, King Shark is kind of it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, technically he kind of is. He kind of is Polynesian, South Pacific. When he first appeared. Yeah, yeah, you can. I can. Yeah, wasn't really thinking about King Shark, but yeah, he is about the Hawaiian mythology and god. Yes, that's true. Very good. Here, yeah, I can hear that ring. Yeah, you can hear it. Like, not even joking about that. Yeah, I love the Three Stooges. I'm a sucker for slapstick comedy. Mo is my favorite Stooges. You chopperhead. Yeah, you know, that's the same kind of vaudeville like comedy that Lucille Ball came from. I think a lot of people forget Lucille Ball did all that physical comedy like the Stooges. That's how she got her cred back in the day. So she learned a lot from like that, and the Marx Brothers and people like that. And that's Lucille Ball was big on that. I think people forget that. To me, physical comedy is great, and there are some actors from the past that, or even present, that did great physical comedy. John Ritter was a fantastic physical comedy. He was physical comedic crazy. Don Knotts was another one. But if you want to go even currently, like now or something like that, you can definitely go Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey used to do a lot of physical comedy. You know, I'll never get that. And Liar, Jesus Christ, that scene where he beats himself up, like that's physical comedy. Like, and I swear that was his head that clocked that. I'm like, oh, this one, you just heard it. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Let's see. Chris, if you were a DC character, I would say you would be the Flash because you and Wally West both lost your mothers, and both of your both men just tried to do something in the world and to make their mothers proud. Uh, the Flash, yeah, I love the Flash. Flash is one of my favorite DC heroes of all time. Um, I don't know if I could be the Flash because at I mean it'd be cool to be able to run that fast and but still DC has screwed over Wally West too. Jesus Christ, they screwed over Wally. It's ridiculous. Um, I can see myself as a Green Lantern, definitely. Uh, I can see myself as a Green Lantern. I can see myself DC wise. I can see myself maybe following in the footsteps of like Mr. Terrific, like maybe his protege or something like that. Just want to help. But I've said it before. If I'm a metahuman in the DC universe, I'm not joining the Justice League. I'm joining the JSA. I'm gonna learn from the vets, those vets, the real veterans. Joining the Justice League is a achievement that a hero has earned from dedication on his own. That's how I look at it. You don't just join unless they come to you and say, "Hey, you want to join?" I'd probably still say no. Like, no, no offense, Superman, but no. I've still got a lot to learn on my own. And then, well, we can learn it, help you learn it. I'll be like, no offense, I'd rather go to the JSA. Uh, well, yeah, everybody said y'all can hear it. Yeah, it calmed down now, but Jesus Christ, that was crazy. Um, a shame WWE does not let Braun Breaker use his Steiner name just because W is still mad with his own. Yeah, WWE is the most pettiest company I have ever seen in my life. They are petty as fuck. I don't like the name Braun Breaker. It sounds like some gay porno name. I'm not even joking. That sounds like a porno name. Braun Breaker. I'm just saying. Um, but he is doing very well. He is doing very well. But I mean, it's hard not to look at the dude and not see and not see just Rick Steiner, or he looks like his dad, but sounds like his uncle. It's ridiculous. Um, Mar Wolfking, would you like to see an animated show of grim fairy tales? Oh yeah, from Zenoscope. Oh hell yeah, I'd love that. A Robin Hood and a Van Helsing and all them Bell. Oh geez, that'd be great. That's how I would probably do the Zenoscope universe animated, similar like Invincible. Yeah, that'd be great. Um, what did you think of the Three Stooges movie? I didn't like it. No, that should have never came out. That should have never came out. I no way. Would you? What would be a better prosthetic? Adamantium leg or vibranium leg? Uh, you've asked me this question before, Juan. Well, they're both pretty much near indestructible. I mean, vibranium, but the only problem is you can only get vibranium most through Wakanda, and they don't give that for free. Um, there is a different version of there is Antarctic vibranium, but it's different than Wakandan vibranium. It's really different. Uh, no, excuse me, that's adamantium. Excuse me, adamantium. I'd definitely go adamantium. At least you would never break your leg like adamantium. The only problem is that shit's gonna be heavy as fuck. Especially, yeah. Could you imagine? My leg, whatever leg it is, it's gonna be heavy as fuck. Would Cassandra Kane? What would Cassandra Kane think of Laura? Kindred spirit. We're kind of in the same. I think they would get along very well. Cassandra and Laura would get along really well. And you throw in the other clone. It'd be great. It'd be funny. Um, what are the best? What are the best? What are the best ADC? Are you trying to say what is the best? What are the best DC heroes to hang out with, and are the best? That's a tough one because it depends on what you're looking for. You know, to me, from what I've seen, Luke and Danny seem to be great to hang out with. I've seen people that just hang out with them and they just have a great time with Luke and Danny. So definitely Iron Fist and Luke Cage. Spider Man is I definitely because when he's with kids and they're just hanging out with him, he treats them like magic, like gold. Um, I would say the X Men if they're not since they're on their. Oh no, now since they're on their high horse now, I'm not too sure. DC wise, The Flash, definitely. Superman, Superman for sure. And Wonder Woman, I think Wonder Woman would be great. You could learn a lot from her. Titans. Are you looking forward to Wolf Among Us season 2? Assuming you read the Fable comics. Uh, I have played the game and never read the comics, but I am looking forward to that. I liked the whole concept, Big B and Red and Snow and all of them. It was great, you know. But I've never read the Fable comics. I think I should. I probably will. I've done stuff like that before. Some of the stuff like I may have watched something where it's from, but then I'll go back and read the books and stuff like that. So I definitely need to probably check that out. Like people were asking me like since you read when people there were a lot of people that watched the Invincible animated series never read the book, and they would some would and I read the book way before the animated series, and so there were people that asked me, "Did this really happen in the book?" I was like, "Yeah, most of it, they kept it true to the book. His dad was a piece of shit. His dad was like that. He was a sleeper agent, and he was trying to his people were trying to conquer Earth and stuff like that. But people ask me all the time, okay, what about if Kryptonians fought Voldemites? Would who would win? I say Kryptonians are gonna win. Voldemorts are not as strong as they look. In their universe, they're strong, but a Kryptonian versus a Voldemite, no way. Omni Man versus Superman, Omni Man would lose. He'd lose that fight, big time. If Martian Manhunter was in the Marvel Universe, which hero would he be? Which heroes? Which heroes would he get along with? One to me would be Silver Surfer. I can see John and Norrin. Oh my God, that tandem, that the talks that they would have with each other. Ooh, think about that. Think about that. John Jones and Rand. Ooh, that'd be some good. Definitely Surfer. I would probably say Professor Xavier. The mental talks they would have with each other, like that'd be great. Vision, Vision, yes, those are good ones right there. Vision, maybe even Wanda, maybe Wanda too. I throw Wanda in there too. What the hell is this? Okay, keep getting messages, weird messages. Um, what time is it? Oh, we still good. It's not even 10 yet. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay. Uh, but that was a good question, Cyborg. I like that. That was a good question. If I could highlight questions like that, that would be great. Uh, I'm gonna pin that. That message was pinned. I like that question. That where did I pin it? Yes, I did. That question was dope. I like that question. Yes, there it is. It's pinned up to the top. Good going. That was a good question. I like that question. John Martian Manhunter does not get enough credit that he's basically just a Martian Superman. That's all he is. He does not get enough credit that he deserves. He doesn't. DC sleeps on that character too much too. It's always just the Superman and Batman. Well, not even Superman. It's just Batman. They need to turn DC to BC. Up Batman's. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say that because then you got Batman fan. Oh, why you reading Batman? I'm like, because that's all y'all DC's known for. Just they don't give other people chances. It's always Batman. I understand, but y'all got other great characters that are just as good. Okay, Chris, serious question. Do you think racism will ever end? Do you think it's possible for humans to love each other without seeing color? Very interesting question, a very serious question. Real talk time. Okay. Boom. Way I can see it ending is if it's never taught. See, racism is taught. You're not born a racist. That's taught. That's taught. When you look upon yourself as the superior among, that's a form of racism too. Until people start to look at we're no different than anybody. Yeah, we got different languages and blah 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 blah. But I cut my hand off, or I cut myself, I bleed, and you do it too, and we're both bleeding red. Like my blood ain't green, it ain't black, it ain't, no. Yeah, it'd be cool if we were all colorblind because then nobody could judge. But until we stop learning to judge each other and stop looking upon, and it's never going to happen. And it's sad because you're not born a racist. That's taught. That's taught. If you are a part of that and you have people in your family that are like that, get away from them. Like I don't care who it is, your mom, your dad, don't be around me with that. Like once they start talking about, oh, you see what happened? That's why blacks can't have any good thing. They always do. Get up from the table and move. Just like, no, I don't want to hear this. Get out of here. Because especially if you have a friend like that, that's why when I say I don't consider, I'm not going to say every white person is racist because that's a load of shit. That's a load of bullshit right there. That's taught. But and it's also the you know demographics is also a big part of it. Like you know, there could be some Asians that look at us and be like, "Oh, you're always like that." I thought they were always like, no, and it's also upbringing. It's I don't believe in the whole arranged marriage stuff. I don't. I really don't. Love who you want to love. Don't you if you can't love me because I'm this, then no, I don't want to be with you. I have a couple of friends who come from a very strict family, especially they're like third, fourth generation Asian. Definitely, you see it a lot in the Asian culture. They stick to your own kind and stuff like that. Don't be mixing. Blah 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 blah. It's like, nah, come on. When I see people mix, people who have different ethnicities, like myself, it's like that's a beautiful thing. You represent two, but until that happens, no, it's not going to happen. Sad to say it, but it ain't going to happen. We can keep fighting for it, yeah, but it's not going to happen because there's always going to be someone out there that's always going to think the betterment of themselves over others. Really thought the movie adaptation was great. Well, yeah, teachers, it wasn't bad. It's just I just didn't like it. I'm like, I don't make if you're doing a buyout movie, fine, but don't be doing. It just felt like I couldn't buy into the whole, you know, the Stooges in the 20th century, like the early late. No, I couldn't do that. Because all I don't see Mo, Larry, and Carl. I just see guys trying to be them. I know I asked you Facebook, but how did Doctor Strange die? Um, he, I, I don't want to spoil it. You got to read the Death of Doctor Strange. There is a miniseries. It's about to come out soon. Buy it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I'm not gonna. I'm like I said here. I'm not gonna spoil it either. Read it. Go read it. The Death of Doctor Strange. And he had prepared for this death so much that he He just some. I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to spoil it. I really am not. Sorry. Um, what would Barbara Gordon think of Spider Gwen? Kindred. Once again, they can relate. We're both doing the hero thing. Our both of our dads are in. Well, Jim's not a cop anymore. He's not the commissioner anymore. But both of our dads were in law enforcement. Yeah, Kindred. Hey, Quentin Blake, what is good? What is your favorite Farley Brothers movie? Um, as in Dumb and Dumber, Kingpin, Me, Myself, and Irene is one of my favorites. I love that. I love that movie. I love that movie so much. That movie is so funny. It cracks me up every time. You know. Are you excited about the Echo series coming to Disney Plus? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Shouts out to the actress again who played uh, Echo because she legitimately is deaf. She's not. That's not a fake. She's not only is she deaf, but she also is uh, with a prosthetic leg. But Echo in the comics is only deaf. She can talk though. She can read lips and she can talk. Um, and she doesn't have a prosthetic leg. But they went all out in the MCU. They were like, okay, we're gonna go all out. We're gonna make her somebody from the community. So not only is she deaf, hearing impaired, but she also is, guess you would say, paraplegic. She has a, so that was, they went all out, and I thought she was great. And the little girl who played her younger is her cousin in real life, so you can see the family resemblance. And what I also love is that yes, she is an indigenous actress. She's playing a Native American act. No, she is legit. She was, and that's one thing. What did we said? What did we just say earlier? Representation matters. That mattered to have an indigenous actress play that role. you know it's like how people got on Johnny Depp for playing Tonto. It's like, you know I know Johnny Depp is like, I think, what, 1/16 or so, but it's like, yeah, my mom was that too, or even more, but I wouldn't be doing that. You see, like, it's true. But yeah, but I love that. I love that. I thought she was great. She was really great. I just wish she had the. Hopefully, we'll see it. They may do that in her series where she looks fully Echo with the war paint, or I would do war paint instead, because the reason why that handprint is on her face is that was a bloody handprint from her father. They kind of did it, but they didn't do the full one. I would love to see that with the feather and all black. That'd be great. Or see, Warhawk. What moments in movies and TV shows never fail to put a smile on your face? Oh, that's so many. That's so many. One I can tell you right now: the speech that Arnold gives as Conan at the end of Conan the Barbarian when he's talking to Crumb, and he's saying, Crumb, I seldom pray to you. I don't have no tongue for it. No one, not even you, know if we were good men or bad, why we fought, why we died. All that matters is two stood against many. By law pleases you, Crumb. But if just grant me one wish, grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then hell with you. I'm like, oh, that gets me so pumped every time. And just to see him take out all of Thulsa Doom's men, perfect. I love that. Movie, TV wise, uh, that's tougher. That's a little tougher, but probably one thing that always never ceases to amaze me is, oh boy, from Quantum Leap. Oh boy, I love that when Sam says that. Oh boy, when he leaps into somebody else, or he, oh boy, I love that. It always gets me. And yeah, they are. doing a new Quantum Leap. It's kind of like a sequel to Sam's because they are the new character is now part of Quantum Leap. It's because it's 30 years after the original. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give it a shot. But yeah, that's one of them. Oh boy, can I count cartoons? Because just hearing Thundercats will go Thundercats. Oh, will get me pumped up, or even just I don't care. I just when I see that by the power of Grayskull, I'm like that kid just comes out of me and like here comes like I'm just I get giddy. What if Michael Myers has the Carnage symbiote? Oh shit! Oh man, that'd be a match made in heaven for the symbiote. I think the symbiote would love that. Or this maybe, or the symbiote could probably be scared of Michael Myers. Like him seeing him, what is inside of him. Like, yo, okay, this guy creeps me out. What do you think about Cassandra Kane in terms of personality? She is really evolved a lot as a character, being very mute and very dangerous to now really feeling belonged and loved, especially her and Stephanie Brown. There's just a chemistry there with them now. They're like sisters from another mother. Like they are. Go read Batgirls, and you can see that. Like there's just so much dynamic between them. So yeah, she's come a long way. A lot more than that big-headed Damian Wayne. I can't stand that character. Can't. I wish he was dead. Uh, how how will they introduce Magneto into the MCU? Would Ian McKellen reprise his role, and would he be what would he what and what would he interact? Would he interact with Wanda? Remember, she used to be his daughter in the comics before. Uh, I still call her. I don't. They're still father and daughter. I don't care what they. Um, would they do Sir Ian McKellen in as Magneto? Probably a Magneto from another universe, maybe. Uh, because I know the reason why I can understand probably why people because Patrick Stewart is going to be he slipped he made it it's Patrick Stewart's but honestly I would maybe want to see rather Michael Fassbender just maybe dyed his hair white. Because the thing about Magneto is he looked old, but the dude is in jack shape. Like what the fuck? Like what? This is ridiculous. But yeah, Chris, as a man, how are you supposed to treat a woman with respect? That's how I was taught. You don't treat them dirty. You don't treat them respectfully. Like open the door for them. I mean, it's hard because nowadays there's certain women that look at that like I actually do open that for me. Like what the hell? Like it's common courtesy. Being if a girl does that to you, something wrong with her. Period. That's perfect. That's point blank. If you help a woman with her bags or help a woman upstairs, maybe she's carrying heavy bags, or open the door for her and she says, "I didn't ask for your help." No, something wrong with her. Some people say, see, that's that extreme feminism that I don't like, and I will totally agree with that. I don't mind feminism at all, but it's that extreme feminism, like, nah, I'm not with that. I'm inclined to say Me, Mine, Irene as my favorite, but there's Kingpin. Kingpin's good. Dumb and Dumber's good, and Shallow. Yeah, Shallow Hal is really good too. And there's something about me. It's hard with the Farley brothers because their movies are supposed to be funny, and they did a good job with all of them. Man, what the hell is this? Keep getting messages. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit longer. This almost didn't hit the 2 hour mark yet. Just what I'm trying to hit.
Let's see. Who will win? Call Canal or Eisen? Oh Jesus. Eisen was OP powerful for some strange reason. I I, I I'm not even gonna pick. Oh, that wind is blowing now. Now it's wind. Where does wind come from? Damn, nature. You can hear it. Okay, now who would be the worst Marvel and DC hero to hang out with? Uh, worst to hang out with Deadpool. Nope, I am not hanging out with Deadpool. Marvel wise, Deadpool. I definitely say Punisher to a degree, like because I'm a question everything. Like, dude, like why you kill him? Like, why'd you kill him? Like, he was a yeah, he was on drugs, but you killed him. You didn't give him a second chance. He kills druggies. Like he like what the hell? Like he don't care about that. DC wise, worst hero. For some reason I'm going Booster Gold. I don't know because I don't want to be around that clown. This that egotistical clown at times. Um, Caroline, I have a weird relationship with my inner child. Oh, okay. Are you all caught up on Young Justice? I absolutely am. It was good. The Zatanna arc has so far been my favorite. I'm just tired of this Beast Boy nonsense. Get him off the show or fix him quick because I'm done with that. That get him into rehab because he ridiculous. Uh, Mr. Blake, do you want to see a crossover between uh Turtles versus Predator? That would be kind of hard now because Predator is under Marvel. So, and Marvel unfortunately does not do crossovers, which sucks. Sucks. You know. But I would love to see it. I would love to see that. Or Turtles and Daredevil crossover. Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, my childhood wasn't bad. It's just that I look back on a lot of my life and I feel a little just weird. Nothing wrong with being weird. All right. Not there yet. We're almost there. Um, if Black Adam was in the Marvel universe, do you think he would fight Thor? Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hmm. I'm all about nostalgia. Yeah, nostalgia is great. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can look from behind me, all these movies and those nostalgia movies all the time. Uh, have you ever been to Wildwood, New Jersey? No, I have not. Interesting. And I got family in Jersey, but I've never been to Wildwood, New Jersey. Uh, Chris, if you haven't already, you should watch Haley Stratfield show called Dickinson. It's really good. It's a TV show on Apple TV. I don't have Apple TVs, but I if I find it, I'll probably get a chance. Capcom or an SNK. I like them both, but I'm more of a Cap. I was always more of a Capcom guy because the first fighting game I ever played was a Capcom game, the original Street Fighter when I was a kid. When the big kids would let me play it, they would. I would just watch them play, and you know, um, I would just watch and just whoop, 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 whoop. And then they would look down and they would like, hey, little shorty, how you doing? I'm like, and then all of a sudden they would give me quarters and they pick me up and give me like a little milk carton and I stand on top of it and they're like, yeah, just let the little shorty play. Let me play. He's like, ready? And I didn't know what I was doing. I just, just. And the same thing came with Street Fighter 2. So I was more of a Capcom guy. I still am. Capcom
was killing it with the fighting games. No, they were kind of the king of fighters. No offense to SNK, but yeah, man, the SNK has kind of fallen down. I don't like that they just focus on King of Fighters. They need to bring out more Fatal Furies and more Samurai Showdowns and more, you know, more uh, what's Roberto and Rio Art of Fighting. More of those. Like just stop focusing on just King of Fighters. And the same thing with Capcom. Stop just focusing on Street Fighter. Where's new Darkstalkers and Star Gladiator and Rival Schools? And I want a new Power Stone for God's sakes, man.
Do you want Spectacular Spider-Man come back? Do I want to?
Yeah, I'd love it. I love to see Spectacular Spider-Man, and don't be surprised it may come back if they bring him back. X-Men, I would not be surprised they may look at Spectacular Spider-Man and say, okay, let's do season 3. But the problem, I don't. That would you would have to have. Oh, jeez, what is his name? I forget who does Young Justice. You definitely need him.
I still have most of my old computer games, VHS, DVDs. Yeah, yeah. It's hard to get rid of some stuff. Like I've done that, gotten rid of some stuff, and I was just like, I miss it. All right, I miss it. Absolute miss it. Okay, keep it going. We are not even at the two. I'm trying to hit that 2 hour mark, guys. That's what I'm doing. And right now, it is at an hour and 57 minutes and 7 seconds. Um, I have a lot of wrestling DVDs. Yeah, we do too. Not just WWE and all that stuff. We have independent stuff like Shimmer, which I love. Never heard of Shimmer? Go watch it. Some of the greatest women wrestling you ever see in your life. Good stuff. I'd love to go to a Shimmer event too. I'd love to see that. That's where I found a lot of my favorite, female wrestlers, like Mercedes Martinez. I love her. I love her so much. It's like she's such a veteran and so cool. Lou Fisto, people like that. Um, Cheerleader Melissa, uh, and I'm a big fan of Jordan Grace. Love her, and I hate when people dog her, call her Butterface. Oh my God, that wind is picking up. Man, you could hear it. Where did this wind come from? All right, all right, we gonna keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Chris, what do you think? Who do you think Jean Moore with Wolverine or Cyclops? She's with both of them. She's with both of them now. They're in a three-summer relationship now. So yeah, yeah. Look forward to. Are you looking forward to Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation? Oh yeah, Craven's gonna be in that one. I've been waiting for Craven because that's who's talking. Craven the Hunter and all that stuff. I'm looking forward to that. Hey, I still have a lot of my old stuffed animals. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Quentin, Beast Boy or Yujiro Hanma? What does that mean? Which one do I like more? I like them both, but Yujiro's a piece of shit. He's a bastard. He doesn't. Just wait till Baki beats him. Him and Baki do fight finally, and Baki does beat his dad. I shouldn't have spoiled that for you, but yeah, it ain't come up yet. In the manga, it has, but anything from my childhood ain't going anywhere. That's pretty much true. Now, if you dare, what are the best Marvel and DC villains to hang out with? Oh no, we ain't doing that. I'm not hanging out. The only person I'd probably hang out with is probably Harley, and she's not even. I don't even classify her as a villain. I guess she's more of a anti-hero. Sheesh. Um, I'm not hanging around no villains. I ain't no way. Not even a Joker, because I'd probably shoot him. I'm kill this clown. Like this clown's dead. Um, DC Marvel, no way. I ain't hanging out with none of them because, like Magneto, for example, let's use Magneto. I would question every detail of it. I'm like, that's stupid. You sound you. I literally call Magneto a racist. You're a racist. You're a racist. And it's like, yes, you are. You are a racist. You don't even think you are, but you are. I would question everything. Doctor Doom, I'd be like, as brilliant as you are, sir, and I'd be a little scared to say this to him, but I'd be like, as brilliant as you are, sir, you are your own worst enemy. Because to you, as long as Reed Richards is better than you, I say that with a little bit of hesitation, you're always going to feel that way. And he's real, and he's right. I'm right. Uh, let's see. Next question. All right. All right, we would. All right, I'm gonna answer these last questions, guys. I'm gonna have to cut this a little short, guys, but I'm gonna answer these last questions and end it right here. So, if you got any other questions, get it now because I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna start going rapid fire real quick. So I'm gonna give it a countdown. Get them questions now, and we start going rapid fire. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rapid fire. Okay, now who's there? Okay, you're hype. You hype. Are you hyped up for Edge and AJ Styles match? Yes, indeed. Chris, just in case you wouldn't see this, happy birthday and two things you're grateful and two things that I'm grateful for and why. Family, being alive, and those are things family wise because family is the one thing that has kept me grounded. So there you go. Broly or Cooler? Broly all the way. I do like Cooler, but Broly all the way. Especially now the new story. I love that new story for both. Dr. Manhattan can beat Lord Barris in a fight. I'm not a big fan of Watchmen, so I'm gonna go Barris. Uh, Guitar Zan. Any wrestler in particular you consider to be a good actor? Uh, I Yeah, they're all pretty good. I mean, because of what they do. But if you're talking about acting wise, Batista's done pretty well for himself, and can't give it to Rock. Has done pretty well for himself. Yeah. So yeah, and John Cena's really good too. Go watch uh, Peacemaker. Life is truly scarce, indeed. All right, guys, I am going to end it here. Once again, I apologize. We would go another hour, but unfortunately, guys, I have somewhere to be later tonight. And I have to cut this short. Like I said before, guys, this was supposed to happen yesterday, but it was a pay per view and it got caught up. So, with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody who came out and checked out and hang out with me for a good 2 hours. I want to say thank you to the early birthday wishes. If anything changes in terms of birthday, hell, I might do a hangout. Just hang out with me on my birthday. It'd be great. If nothing happens, depends. But outside of that, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much as always. Don't forget, guys. Like I said, there's a link in the description down below for merch and stuff like that. And like I said before, if you do buy my merch, please, you are you you have a social media account or anything like that, post it. You wearing that shirt or whatever, so I can see it. And that I'll be grateful, and I'll give you my humble thank you and things like that. Don't forget, I got the Patreon, guys, and I want to thank my patrons out there for joining the Patreon. Still working on that last Patreon on what it could be, but in the meantime, guys, take care. I'll see you guys next time. I don't know when the next one. I know we're doing one more open mic for the month, and of course, then we move on. But remember, the Super Sweets giveaway starts next month. It starts next month, so keep track of every video. Whenever you comment on those videos, you're going to be entered in this giveaway that I'm giving away. I'm gonna do it every month.
It's the value of the the mystery box will be over $175. If you win, I will do the raffle during the live event. You pick it, and we'll go from there. But in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching. Deuces, take care.